are the bulwark of the North. Behold the unyielding motherland. Through the teachings of the Great Orthodoxy, this world's end is kept at bay. Join us! Pledge yourself to the Ice Court! Defend the legacy of Kislev!
Welcome on back, comrades, to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 27 of our Tzarina Katarin Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode, we're here to teach the Demon Prince yet another lesson. He's bringing himself some pretty decent forces. And there are two armies actually coming on in. So they've got one hiding behind this big rock here because they're scared of the little Grom. And I don't blame them. And then we've got Kevin or Daniel the Demon Prince coming on in with some ROR units, which will be quite fun. We got some Rot Flies, a bunch of large targets for our Grom to be blasting away at, so let's get to work. We are over here in this little bit of a checkerboard in this gully. If anything gets too close, we'll go ahead and advance the Zargrad. I think I'll push them forward a little bit, as is. That way our Streltsy are hopefully not taking too much damage. We've got Streltsy, we've got Frostworms, we've got all of the Armored Cossars, so it should be a lot of Dock I'll be throwing at the enemy here. Let's get to it. Start rolling towards them immediately with the heavy sleds, which will be getting a little bit of a nerf soon. Right now, apparently they're actually counting as very large units, instead of just your normal large chariots. So that's why they blast through infantry like they aren't even there, like they are a hot knife through butter. So they're going to be performing a little bit less so here pretty soon. We want to take a little bit of a wide angle here because they can do some sneaky maneuvers with their flyers. So they're just going to go ahead and hide everyone, and back here behind, we have to draw them towards us. Go ahead and pop your Anushka's finger bone. I think you have a little bit of health you're missing. Yeah, just a smidge. As soon as we get in range, though, we can start blasting these Rot Flies to bits. We get them starting to turn around, so they can actually get a nice broadside. I think they can only really fire when their backs are to the units they're shooting at. They should be in range. Maybe just line of sight issues here. Come on, then. 11 seconds before his reinforcement show up, so we really did not do a good job of doing damage to them. Let's get moving. Get the ward save and the extra melee defense just in case they get caught. Little Grom blasting away, that should be pretty devastating. We'll just keep drawing them away. If they get too close, we'll just turn the sleds around and run them down. Interesting. I mean, they're doing a pretty decent job of pursuing. Let's go ahead and have the little Grom cannons fire on the Lord here, Herald of Khorne. We'll let the rest of our rifles finish off everything coming across the field here. Sleds turn back around and run down these Warhounds. Alright, they didn't get a good charge, but which does make 100% sense. Alright, both of you start moving through. Keep everything drawing back towards our line. The double little Grom doing some pretty serious damage to the Herald of Khorne already, which is lovely to see. I am Kislev. Chunky bits of damage. That second one didn't manage to miss, which is unfortunate, but it does happen. Got one of those war sleds been bogged down by the flies. Hopefully we can draw them away. Come on, sleds, keep moving. Bring in the Patriarch. Frostworm turn and get these Fleshhounds. Yeah, the rifle fire eviscerated that unit. Get into these Rot Knights. Dueling very well with the Herald of Khorne. Here comes Wolric. Let's go ahead and swap targets, firing on him. Get all the war sleds back over here. Is one of them still away from the group? Who knows where they're at? Armored Cossars taking a little bit of a charge, but they're doing just fine here. The final charge of the Samurai, as the Rot Knights get eviscerated. Everyone with a rifle. Let's get rid of Wolric here. The damage. Little Grom, new target. Toad Dragon. Alright, our Patriarch took some serious damage there. I think that's all friendly fire. Get out of there, brother. Rifles hurt, apparently. Who would have guessed? This else he can find. A new target. Yeah, go up to the Toad Dragon there. You boys fire on the Frostworm versus Toad Dragon. What a battle. Let's come on through. Alright, Armored Kossars are out of ammunition. Elsie, go ahead and advance and blast apart this Toad Dragon because our Frostworm's not winning the battle there. Dodges Song of Winter Sunlight. Alright, Overhaul, new target. Get those Plague Toads. You're such a large target, Toad Dragon. It's a bad day to be you. Oh, does he survive? Death animation for the Toad Dragon. Let's get our Patriarch well away from this nonsense. But bring everything else, let them keep fighting. Let's you come back as well. Looks like we've got the pink horrors as each moving up that side. Our line is incredibly disorganized now. Gonna move everyone back through. Little Grom, what are you firing on? Get that beast of Nurgle for me. We'll have the Armored Kossars advance. And the spells he can eviscerate this Herald Horn. I've got a crash truck coming in outside, so I'm gonna mute myself while that goes by.
Follow the bear! Taking point! Kislev's true power! Moving! Wherever Ursula! Blazing! Sons of Kislev! Follow the bear! Wolf top Kislevites!
Alright, trucks are gone, which means we get to get back to the battle proper. Drop off the Song of Winter Sunlight and get out of there because Hellforged Host is a nasty bit of work. Run through here, Little Grom dealing with the Severed Claw, so they're not going to do any damage. There it is. Let's go ahead and avoid the Unholy Hand Grenades. All the sleds were distracted just for a moment, but that was a fantastic bit of work. Only a few Kislevites fall to fighting, most of that being our Armored Kossars, who were in front of the worst of it. We will be doing what we can to run down these Warriors of Chaos, and I'll catch you all in a moment. Alright, only 53 fall in our battles, and they should be on at each and every one. A good deal of gold and experience from the fight as well. We're going to go ahead and grab Solyuk Provides. We will be forced to stay in enemy territory and take some attrition all the same. Finished off in Gatterless. We have to get on up here and take this army down, so let's Crew the Conqueror. Valerie's got himself a war bear. Love to see it.
No,
Gonna be much more dangerous now. You didn't have a weapon this whole time. Well, now you have a Sword of Anti-Heroes, and actually the Opal Amulet's great for an activated hit of 20% damage resistance. For your next skill points, let's go ahead and grab the points into upkeep production.
Lord of all.
Replenish troops for Valerie into Impassioned.
Tzarina.
Let's go Wild-Eyed for some of the others.
Tzarina Katarin of Kislev.
Arcane Conduit for this Frost Maiden. Arcadia can have Mentor and the Golden Knight. we shall give a little bit more help.
My decision is law.
Alright, sweet, let's go ahead and run down this army. And then we're just basically moving it slowly down towards... We'll take the experience this time.
Their grave unknown.
Moving slowly down here towards the Port of Secrets, which is going to be perfect.
Their right to
Finish
rule.
these clowns off.
Set camp at once.
Set up camp. They're not going to really be able to do anything either. They're likely just going to run away. Mishka, can you come on back and join up? I'd love to have some magic in this army. Not making use of all of our
Cross
resources. I
command.
think that's foolish. Maxim.
Drużyna.
I like that everything's running away from the volley tanks too. Let's get to work. We'll get to see the volley tanks in action soon.
Fight for Kislev!
We get Zagger for a lot of gold. We're just gonna reclaim everything up the coast here. These lands will trade hands probably many, many times. We can also grab some little Grom cannons while we're here. I mean, I feel like we'd be foolish not to. Just about every Kislevite army needs itself a little Grom. We'll go ahead and grab the Gospada here in the Forbidden Citadel, keep the control heating on upwards. A trade quorum in the Tower of Croc. The Haunted Forest gets us that Incarnate Elemental. One of those units we're missing out on there. Let's grab here. We can do the same thing in Prague, or... We got all the landmarks. What else are we missing? Probably just a toolmaker to boost up how much gold we're making here. And then we can also snag the Haunted Forest as well. Gives us 25 more cash. Not the biggest
Maiden of the Frosts.
rush for us, I can't lie.
I switch.
Yadora, you're about on back in. Let's go ahead and start recolonizing Plesk.
Searching for room.
It's gonna be expensive, but we've got to do it. We've got to get the people of Kislev back in these cities. Volksgrad, you about have your walls, which is perfect. We'll go ahead and grab the Gospada here as well. Correct flag has been taken back to tier 1. What about Uzkalak? We already got the walls in here. Yeah, we'll pop in the Weald, and then we'll have Katarin. Oh, yeah, we claimed Vlag this turn. So I lied. We're gonna take the Weald out here. And instead, we'll go ahead and just upgrade Flag to tier 2. That way we can get it some walls. Alright, sweet. Kevin.
As is my right.
And you have the worst job here.
I serve the Raven God.
You can successfully catch them in an ambush. We're looking real good. We'll start giving some more of these cities back over to the Drukis soon, but let's see how much gold they have.
Things may get unpleasant for you here.
And so you say. 11,000 gold for the Howling Citadel. Don't mind if I do. Our alliance with the Druki is a weird one, but it's working out for us. Plus, they've got that defensive pact already set up with us.
I only deal in 2 commodities. Wealth and power.
If he betrays us, though, we are in so much trouble because we've just powered up his faction to a pretty extreme degree.
Kislev's chosen.
So this is playing with fire. Yeah, Cricket Drac, we'll get in here. Walls are about to go in. Let's go ahead and upgrade the trade quorum for sure. Smithery as well, absolutely. Sleds and Grom as far as the eye can see. Daghov will go ahead and pop in the Hallowed Woods as we have the farm estate here. And we're no longer worried about the race to max. Trading these settlements back over to the Dawi is something we have promised to do. It's going to be unfortunate for our income. Merco, we definitely need to have you hold back. So let's grab and go back into the camp. Fall back towards Nashrak's lair so the Dawi are forced to help us. The Blizzard, the Coals. How many turns before we get a Grom? Because just about every single one of our armies needs a little Grom. We'll grab it. 2 little Grom here. Even the ones that are more built on the land. Everything needs artillery. And then we go ahead and grab ourselves an additional thing in the woods.
For the Ice Court.
For the Ice Court.
Of ice.
We'll give you that upgraded Guardian Call.
The Snowbringer.
Malediction of Madness. So what does the Forbidden Fins do if it's on your side? It gives you Strider unspottable. So it basically makes a spooky forest you can sneak through. We can also grab a Wood Warden. We are in the mountains, so it's very unlikely that we are going to have any kind of... Well, it does give us extra armor. For the sled. Make it much harder to bring down. Malediction of Madness is Rampage. And Cursed Cauldron is a pretty nasty vortex. Let's go for Cursed Cauldron. One of the more flashy spells. I'll go ahead and snag the Man of the Land first for the Tzarina.
I speak for Kislev.
Maxim. Who once started as a unit farrier, is now one of our trusted generals. Wild heart here for Michaela. Indeed. So your Beast Mage, I think I've already said it, but they have the opportunity to summon in Spectral Things of the Woods.
The ice.
They're a full ethereal unit too, it's pretty cool. How long till dodge wears off? 6 more turns, so we're going to keep it on dodge.
Frost Maiden.
You, Liana, you were here
March
making me that
over.
cash. Aaron Grad is great for that. And besides, we'd probably just pop in a Market Square. Yeah, here in Kislev proper, unless we have some rogue armies start popping up on the random, we're pretty safe. It's all of the outlying oblasts and settlements that are in any kind of danger.
The Snowbringer.
Orlana. You've faded the interlopers. Skip over our damaged buildings. Commandments in the Mountains of Hell once more. Who would have thought? We'll go ahead and grab income from all buildings. Indeed.
Sold your soul for nothing.
You sold your soul for nothing.
Let us discuss stately affairs.
Let us discuss, Ungrim. Join the war with the Crooked Moon. Is it time we help you with even more gobos? How much more gold do you have for us? That will do. Aye, Grimnir smiles on us. Alright, Ruinous Infiltration. The unthinkable has occurred. Once more, we've uncovered another chaos cult in the very heart of the Motherland. The blasphemers were summarily executed, but we must take drastic action to prevent such an infection occurring again. Dogma or rationality? We're definitely gonna go for rationality. Gives us more relations with all the other empires of man. Clan Scryer has been destroyed. Good riddance.
Gospodar.
Good riddance
and
indeed.
blood.
So we now move in on the Port of Secrets.
I order their death.
Should be a very easy auto-resolve here. Okay, yoink. Leg sweep those horrors, turn them into a yogurt. Obviously, we're sacking that settlement. What once was yours is now Alexander's. And then we're making no qualms. We're stamping out chaos here in the north.
Supremacy is assured.
Mishka.
I am Kislev's daughter.
Or indeed, I just don't know who would move out of Alexander's army for you. It'd actually probably be one of the Zargard. Armored Cossars having 42 missile strength is ridiculous. It's really useful just for softening enemies up before they get in close, so weird as it is, Zargard. See you boys in helicopter.
Son, I will suffer no waste.
Mishka, welcome to the army.
Ice Court shall provide.
Never yield.
And then for you there, never yield. We'll go one more point into Quartermaster, then probably go for a Logistician, and then into Renowned and Feared. Let's snag Cleanse Corruption for Valerie. We can at least weaken the Chaotic Forces. We will never get rid of all the attrition you take from traveling through the area, but we can at least weaken them.
Drużyna stand ready.
Citadel up to the roads, extra trade resource produced in the local province. We have iron being produced here, as well as obsidian and... that's it. So iron and obsidian being boosted up. Sounds good to me. Down in Erengrad, we get the maximum Covert office. Not needed. Which is going to bite us extremely hard when we find out we do. Magnus Gardens 2, a grand park named in honor of Magnus the Pious. Within its landscape boundaries are found the Celestial Observatory and the Academy of Music. Apparently only patriarchs live here. I'd prefer to increase our gold and get us more spooky units. Down here to Igorov, we'll go ahead and grab the farm estate. Looks like Drycha is likely going to be one of our enemies pretty soon here. Hopefully the Empire can just come over and deal. They've got lots of stacks just kind of sitting around, so that'd be very nice.
To battle?
Beligar's here too. You guys are doomed. Although the Empire also not giving the settlements back to the Dawi, just as you might have to put that one in the books too. They are holding Zufbar.
Weaver of the Frost.
Weaver of the Frosts. Oh, good. So here they have come on back to Uzkalok. What's their army looking like? We knew they'd be on their way back. Redquake. Oh man, I don't know if we can make it with Katarin to Uzkalok. Oh, they waited till we were just out of range. Fair enough. We got played. Although, here's what we'll do. We haul cheek to Dwarslav. Or even just right next to Dwarslav. We should be able to then come back after Uzkalok if they take it from us. Which I will fight tooth and nail to keep Uzkalok. Likely though, yeah, they'll have a couple armies again together. I'm still gonna go for it. In fact, I'm tempted to swap over to Ursun to give them even more attrition. They've already got the Skaven Plague on them. We can give them the Ursun Plague as well, which is one of Frostbite. Our income drops by about half, which is good to know. And they got Motherland and Skaven Plague, dropping their units by a heap. Alright, now who needs to be moved? Kevin. So they are just sitting here. This is the final holdout for Archaon. We just don't have enough.
Kislev,
We don't have enough to finish them off. Is there anywhere better to set up in an ambush? I don't want to lose. We're starting to lose the sleds, which is going to be pretty bad.
Let our warriors rest.
To be honest, though, I wouldn't mind just fighting them. So let's come back to the Burning Modlist.
The wild. You cannot deceive the deceiver.
We can annihilate you in a straight-up fight, though. Unless you're bringing Archaon. And then that would get a little bit spicy. It's just a lot of heavily armored guys to bring down.
Wintertide's child.
Yeah, we can use you as a technology thief. So you coming up here towards the Temple of Heimkel. Whenever we have some gold again, you can do some stealing. Eudora. We don't quite have the cash to rebuild North Chelsea, which is what you're trying. Go away. Obviously, you can't control the Oblast, so we're gonna do it for you.
Follow the path. I am the blizzard.
Hopefully they can't reach next turn.
Seek out Kislev's foes.
Wouldn't be that big a deal, but I don't know if we'd be able to drop down commandments for the area, which would be a little bit annoying.
Blizzard's embrace.
Let's see who hasn't been moved here. We'll zoom back up to... We've got a couple units that are sitting and building up with those little Groms, so they will be active quite soon.
Dreadlord.
They condemn trees with the Ice Court, so we're basically forcing these two apart, but they're still good friends, which means war with the Druki is not necessarily not off the table. It still might happen. Well, that's the turn to see how things play out.
What an honor it will be to execute an avatar of chaos.
Especially one who hides his face like coward. Enough of this. Chaos cares not about your motherland. Huh. That's not what you said in all your cutscenes. Oh, just as I'm going for a drink. Alright, so they are bringing in the boys. Good grief. Oh, so they didn't really take any attrition. How's that? Excuse me. Yeah, these guys are still at 51. No attrition was taken. Shenanigans. they're giving us a decisive defeat. Looks like the walls are still blasted to bits, but that just could be because of tower slots that they have claimed. Like I said, we're going to fight tooth and nail for it. We have also to deal with the Blooded Fireborn. What kind of spells do you have? Oh, good. All of them. Well, this is likely going to be very brutal for both sides here. This secondary army is absolutely going to annihilate us. Good grief, they recruited so many guys real quick. Let's do it. Alright, so this is actually even a Kalestorf settlement. So it's not gotten the best defenses. And they know it, look at that. Whoever set up the weird angled walls, while it's a good idea in theory, it does make the walls actually less useful overall. Only one of them will be able to fire the entire time. So where are those wall breaches also? Oh good, right here and right here. And where are their cannons? They spread out so incredibly wide. Legends said it, I've said it, the quest battle, or defensive battles they're a trap, especially with how the AI plays them. Can the archers reach? That's so unfortunate. Well, let's go ahead and pull them back. These artillery are going to get taken out by... Oh, there's also a Dreadquake over here. Alright, that's a nightmare. Okay, so let's grab all of our... So I need to make sure I know what kind of units I'm working with here. So we've got all of our... Cossars with shields, Cossars with maces, Bowlads, and then the Winged Lances, which I'm actually going to try to send the Winged Lances. It's probably not going to work out at all. We might be able to sneak them out on this side, which is what I'll try to do. We'll go Cossars with shields up front. You can get them actually all the way up in the breach, which is pretty nice. And they'll hold the line there. And we'll go ahead and grab some mace boys, put them up on top of the wall. I'm going to do the Cossars with just the normal bows here. These guys aren't going to go after any settlements here, but they might try to come through over here, which would be a little bit annoying. So we will actually have to set up some armored Cossars here just to stop anyone from getting through. There we are. And then we'll go... Got a couple of Bale... They've got the Bale Taurus Flyer, but since he's a mage, he shouldn't come on down into melee.
Armored Cossars!
Bring them over like this. The towers are still tier 1, even though we've... Really, they're still tier 1 even though we got the wall upgrade. Unfortunate. And we'll go ahead and put the rest of the archers with bows here. One of those where it's just far enough away that you can't actually use your armor gear, your normal Cossars to actually protect your walls, which is unfortunate, but good to know. Two mace boys here. Guess they already had one of them up on the walls somewhere. Yes, they did. Put you guys back in right here. Yeah, you were previously. Wing Lances will have a hard time pushing through friendlies, so we'll have them go through the gates. Really, I'm not sure what we put over here on this side. Anything we put over there is going to be basically just sacrificed. Got these three and then the one mace to work with. Let's maybe just put one of the shield boys in here behind the walls, or behind the towers, let them just kind of blast over. We can also go ahead and set up one of the... Oh, we got all the way up to a tier 3 tower, which is pretty nice. Let's go for a tier 2 arrow tower here. And then the tier 2 on this side if there's one close enough. That's pretty far away. Either way they're not super close. We'll go for one here. Alright, everyone in guard mode. We do still have these 3 units to place. The way this map works is going to makes it pretty difficult to actually get good angles. But I think we'll just defend here and in this kind of vicinity for the most part. Last Mace Boy, where you at?
Comrades of the bear!
So we'll have you guys gonna stay here.
Hearts of Ace!
Highly doubt something's gonna come around the side, but we can actually put them in here, and they can turn and fire on anything that comes to the wall too.
Armored Gotham!
We can try. Alright then, let it begin. Start by blasting apart the Iceforge Legion. That is absolutely going to be the biggest threat there. Dreadquakes are going to wreak absolute havoc on the wall troops. Lances, come on out, quickly. Quickly. We don't have nearly enough. Ooh, nice shells of the Bale Taurus breath there. Get all the damage you can. Here comes some of the Flame and Ruin. Either way, there's not much we can do about it. Gotta let that damage happen. Lances, you guys gotta keep running. I'm gonna draw these Oglicons, Wolf Boys in. Oh yes, of course, they always have the stocky, sneaky flyers. I do always forget. Come on, round. The Dreadquakes doing their thing. Yeah, it's gonna blast a lot of the guys off the walls there, but Oglicons are thankfully dealt with. You guys deal with these Lamasu. Gotta stay just far enough back, though, that we're not getting... Oh yeah, there are multiple sneaky Lamasu. That's some pretty good ability. Blasting the Toruk. Everything else is staying far enough back that they're not really having to worry about it. That's alright, they'll get in close soon. Can you guys hit the Toruk? Do so. Alright, there comes some more metal spells. Move. Or is that the flame and, that's the flame and shadow. Fire on the Bale Taurus instead if we can. Okay, so no, that was the... I think it was... I don't know, there's a bunch of fire spells flying at us. Problem with the Demon's Tongue is it is a flamethrower Dreadquake, so it's gonna be pretty dangerous. These Armored Cossars are having a real bad day. Interesting, got you guys all mixed up. Keep blasting away, you guys tear up the Granite Guard here. More realistically, the Granite Guard's gonna tear them up, but we can hope. Charge these. Well, actually, you can use the pistols. That'd be perfect. Slow and lower the leadership here. Time for our wing lances to die, unfortunately. Quickly. Nah, they got hit by the flamethrower. Or actually, got hit by a Dreadquake. Nice. The point-blank Dreadquake's pretty effective. Cossars, get ready. I mean, we dealt with the enemy general, which is fantastic. That's not the end. Moes, can you actually deal with this unit here? Get ready for the Toruk, or the just the normal Bull Centaurs coming through. Cossars come down. Pistol spread out, that way we're still controlling both there. We've got this second army to deal with, though. That's gonna be too much. Alright, Lamasu getting dragged down. I'd love to see it. It didn't do much at all. Unfortunate. Yeah, they just managed to keep their... Oh, they knocked down the towers, too. We need to overload the towers back here, then. So let's go for another tier 2 piercing. That's not good at all.
Taking position. Kislev sends us forth.
Armored Kossar's turn.
Power.
Here comes the Baltaurus breath. That blasted their unit to bits. Yeah, that many Baltaurus is a problem. Here, Kossar's back. Keep launching those arrows in if they're not going to be dealing that much damage for us. We decimated the first army, so Katarin should be able to come back in and deal with this secondary group here.
Sons of Kislev.
We're gonna get those pistols firing. Let's get another tier 2 tower in here. Gobbo archers. Oh, they started to fire on the towers. They're enough. There you go, Kossars. Hold the line. Try to scare off everything here. These guys are getting obliterated.
Fight war. Armored Kossars.
Those axes to work.
Sons of Kislev. Slay them.
Here, Kossars fire down. You guys can come on around, and we can just try to shoot as many into this group as we can. Got some pretty decent damage on the Taruk. You guys are out of ammo, which is unfortunate. Let's go fight the render. You come up and use those pistols on the Taurus. Alright, tower down. I love that their Lamasu is actually fleeing towards our line.
Defenders of Kislev.
Come on there, boys. Drag him down. We're lucky they didn't choose to go for the rear charge there. We would have been doomed.
Armored Kossars.
Keep firing. Like I said, luckily that first group they sent in is pretty well decimated. It took just about all their ammunition, but we got a couple of the Bull Centaur renders. And they're gonna flee towards our line. Again, one of the goofiest things that happens. Alright, they got this Baltaurus. Keep the shots up. You guys fall back, they're trying to draw you in for a... Yeah, that's what they're really trying to do. Shouldn't have pushed them forward as much. Come on, Ice Tower, do your thing. Everyone on the wall is gone. There's no towers here in the middle at all, are there? Just a bunch of slowdowns. We can go for just one. This battle is likely long, the loss before then. Unfortunately, yeah, no, so if they crack past that first group of towers, there's not much you can do about it. Come on, pistols. He's back for more, looks like. We'll try to move them that way they can actually fire. And they regain their leadership just to claim my zones. That's awesome. And they should be fleeing outside of the walls, not inside of them, but can't do anything about it. Baltaurus absorbing a lot of those shots. Come on, back getting scared off again. Oh no, you're scared. Oh yeah? It's fleeing, but it still cast its spell. That's pretty awesome. Hung in there just long enough. Alright, that zone's gone. These guys back here in the back are capturing a zone too. Which is just ridiculous. I don't think we have anything back here that can even really stop them. Archers, move on in. Up top here if you can. We'll just bring the normal spearmen after the renders. Group up a little bit more. Oh, too late, here they come. You get, nah, his shots are incredibly low range. Maybe we can stop a couple of these units in the back. I don't think so. Tier 3, this one's gonna go down to them capturing it. Now they're about to break. As long as this tower goes in, we should at least deal with them before they do. Get in there, boys. The single armored Kossar. on the most important mission of his entire life.
Cossacks! We fight for Ursu!
Fire it on in there, we'll just bring the swordsmen. They're gonna get killed in droves against bull centaurs, just the way it works. Actually, looks like we might be broken just due to army losses. How unfortunate. Can you, please? Force lightning, come on. It's not for painting the outline on the bull centaurs, it's for hitting them. Looks like Fire Blood's popped, so it is game over for us. Fought as hard as we could, but that secondary army was just a little bit too much. Alright, we actually upgraded to a close defeat, but actually not that many of the enemy was defeated there, so we are not going to probably be able to come back in and take this. I'm impressed they managed to recruit this many guys when they only had, I think, 3 to start. They would fill up a whole army like that. Impressive. Alright. Took a fair bit of gold with them. Yeah, no, we were actually kind of relying on Uzkulak more than I thought we were. Which is really not good. And they actually pushed one of their forces in. So they just sacked it and moved on. Wow. The gall. Over outlets are gone, which means it's probably time for us to hand back over the settlements to the Dalby. We just have to wait. I have to get our economy fixed before we do, otherwise we'll just be bankrupt pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and grab the Tzarina.
Tzarina Katarin.
They've gone for, we're just gonna hit you everywhere we possibly can. Can't defend Karak Doom. Well, Karak Doom might be able to defend itself. Really. We can likely win that battle on the defense map, unless T'Challa comes over to help. I'm sorry, a Pyrrhic victory? Yes, they've got artillery, but 420 on the range, we've got 525. You're gonna have me fight this one. Alright, one more battle here against the Disciples of Ashut. Alright, this is going to be the artillery duel of this century. Start deployment with the little Grom. Up front, they really don't have to advance for it all to be in range. Okay, so we'll go ahead and throw the Ice Court. Guarded behind them. Spread out as much as we can. Land is power. These guys will be going after the Iron Demon immediately. Katarin, you're going to be up front. Sleds, you are doing the same, but let's spread a little ways apart. Pretty much everyone here is going to be charging on in. Disrupt the artillery. Pyrrhic victory, they're trying to hurt my feelings. Bring the Zord Guard in the back, because we're really not going to want to use them for this battle. Right, single entities. Infantry. Cav and artillery. Alright, let's do it. Fire on the Demon Tongue, everything else start moving forward. Katarin. We're just going to go straight through into the Soul of Damnation. Four sleds go wide. You both charge the Soul of Damnation. Battlecat, go. Art of Winter. Overcast, send a message. Drop that down there. Griffin Legion, run back. The disrespect coming out of our enemies here is enough to make me quite angry. They really went all in on trying to deal with some units. Got a good bit of health on us. No one dies. They're going for one more shot. Let's see if they can take anyone out. I got clipped there, but still no one falls. You get what you deserve, followers of chaos. And they were in march stance, so no one's getting out of here anyway. Retribution! The flying beasties fall. And now it's just this poor clown, which Katarin's gonna run down aggressively. I'll catch you in a moment.
Tzarina Katarin.
Look how relaxed she is. An easy battle, even though they did try to get petty there and take out as many of our ice court as they could. They all survive, and the ones that come from Stolten's very own discount ice court school. We'll go ahead and grab... Oh, we need the money.
We are not barbarians.
They are not barbarians. A moment. Dramar, I can't help but notice that you didn't run from Uzkulog after your failed, well, wasn't failed, but we're gonna call it failed attack. Oh, really? So that last army was terrifying. This one apparently not so much.
Victory by blade
I'm sorry,
and frost.
decisive victory? That's what we call a lie. We'll take Solyak provides because
They will
we took a
serve
lot of
the
casualties
mother.
there. Vodka Distiller. We'll fall back into Uzkulog,
One land.
which I guess we're just not going to worry about defending at all. Even with the breastworks here, it didn't... I guess they get the... Okay, so I misunderstood. These are the arrow towers. These are the ones you get with the ice shards, which are pretty dangerous. I thought we had ice shard towers already, so... Not sure. Huh. Either way, I'm thinking that Uzkulok... Now, yeah, we lost our iron mine out of it. Bad deal.
Kislev city must not fall.
We couldn't win that fight on the open field. This is one of those where we just have too many enemies right now. Because most of these Norskins are vassals, we have no way of signing peace treaties with them until we've already defeated them. I want to tell you to get out here and start fighting, but I prefer you to go after settlements that I don't care about. Or better yet, just start chasing armies around, so let's go after these guys. This is a horrifying force here. Alright, Alexander, we have a couple of choices to make.
Face my
Hunting down this Festerlong fella is... Oh, wow. He ran all the way down the coast.
them apart.
Absolute coward.
Hearts of ice.
Full of heroes. I will once again execute
They
them.
want only death.
Odebog. That's a new name.
Lord
And then we'll go
of
into
all.
March, because we use all of our movement just to get down here. We can take down the Tower of Flies next turn. That should be the end for one of our many enemies here, which means we can then focus fully on our Chaon. We now are down just to the last couple foes here. From Kislev with Love means we have to deal with the Legion of Chaos, which as soon as we've got them down, we've got Frozen Heart. The tears I might have shed for your dark fate grow cold and turn to tears of hate. They have after how many times we've had to fight you, for sure. We get cooldown reduction for all of our Lore of Ice spells. A way less miscast chance when fighting against all of your allies of Chaos. And then Katarin will have the Chilling Aura ability, so everyone's going to be slower around her in her battle sled. And then the final route is defeating the Warhost of the Apocalypse, and once we do so, we will claim a total campaign victory, and then a dilemma will offer a choice between powerful rewards. We'll have to see what exactly this dilemma ends up being. Right now, we're really just having Kevin hold the line, because they're not coming after us, they're building up forces.
You cannot deceive the deceiver.
You cannot deceive the deceiver. That might be just a few too many units for us to handle here with this army. We'll soon see.
Chosen Tzarina.
We have replenished fine. I'd love to go back into an ambush and try to catch
This
one of these
mission
fools.
requires guile.
Better chance here in the forest at all? No.
By my command, we march.
Very high chance that our Chaos can come back next turn for us to deal with.
Prince.
I think we'll go ahead and probably trade the Burning Monolith over the Druki soon, too. There's settlements we just don't want to hang on to.
Bow to me.
Bow to me. We also are missing out on a lot of armor. Or not armor, but weapons. The Zerker sword is fine, but these gray tier swords are not really what I'm looking for. Shields of Sacrifice. A Scroll of Leeching, which is one of my least favorite arcane items. Actually, the Tormentor sword is very good. We'll give that to you there, Arcady. The first. You can have a Potion of Foolhardiness, even though it is quite lame. Quite lame indeed. Fiction for the Arcady. Ursula will give. We'll just pass out our skill points here, and that's probably going to be all the time I have got for today. We have our mission ahead of us, finishing off the Legion of Chaos, and then going and turning and bringing all of our forces to bear against Archaon all at once. It's probably a good idea to actually try to sign a peace treaty with the Chaos Dwarves, so that way we can focus on our other enemies. They just don't want it. Shutiwado. Which I guess fair enough. You are a bunch of angry dwarfs. So I guess what we'll do then is we'll bring Merca down to deal with you. We can come out through the Silver Pinnacle, and that's what we shall do.
We cannot hesitate.
As soon as our economy recovers, we will start handing back these settlements over to the Dabi one at a time. You can see how much they're making for us. This one's got 590, 660, and 110, so they're still quite important at the moment. Even if we'd like to be honorable and give back the settlements. I don't think the Hallowed Wood is as good as just having a market. 254 coming out of this one, and this one gives us 50% more income from farms, which 50% more of that just gives us up to 150, which is pretty meh. So let's go instead for the Market Square. Prague, do we have anything else that gives us more gold? No. Ostrosk. The answer is a hefty yes. This is incredibly worth it, the smithery. 10% more income from all the buildings in this region, and then we can go for that as well. We're starting to get real sketchy on our cash total, but I think we'll be alright. And Moxim's finished everyone off on this side. This army might choose to run back towards the Monolith of the Flesh, which would be a problem. But I'm going to gamble and say that they're not. We're going to come back down the coast this way. And if they do, most of these armies can handle them, even weakened. Alright, well, let's see if we can get to the end turn here. I mean, yeah, even there, the Cool are running for their lives, for the Tong.
Overcome your exhaustion.
So we'll hold Cheek to the middle here in Volksgrad, which we can threaten Frozen Landing or the Temple of Heimkel. Just a pretty extreme back and forth here between us. Alright, so we'll skip all the way to the end. Hero not moved, they'll be fine. Give it one more in turn, see how things play out.
Maiden of the Frost. How dare you presume to gaze upon the Ice Queen?
Alright, what's going on, Malice? Join war against the Decadent Host. Yeah, we can do that. Give me more money, though. He's only able to give me up to 3k, which is unfortunate, but we'll take it. Alright, Karak Doom is under attack. It'd be a valiant defeat for us. So we have ourselves a defense battle to start the next episode with. I think because of the lack of flyers and magic here, we have a very good chance of winning. Plus, we have a fully intact walls here at Karak Doom. And we are fighting in a Dawi settlement, so it actually should have better defenses than we did over at the Chaos Dwarf. So in the next episode, we'll have our battle against Ingram, but for now, I'm out of time for today. Thank you all so much for talking about today's Ice Court campaign. If you all enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the Sub Throne, and I will see you all in the next one.